When I first opened the box for this headset, I wasn't expecting much. The price alone made me skeptical. A few weeks of daily use completely changed that opinion. Knowing exactly where a sound is coming from can be the difference between reacting in time or not, and that's exactly what surprised me here. The overall sound profile is balanced. The mid and high frequencies come through clean, and directional cues are easy to pinpoint. The low frequencies are present, but compared to other headsets in the same category, they feel a bit more restrained. You can hear them, but you won't feel them as much. Output volume is genuinely high. High enough that I never need to push it past around 80%. My unit also didn't come with the 7.1 adapter plate, and based on what most reviewers said before I bought it, that extra channel setup usually doesn't help at this price range anyway. As a stereo headset, it performs well on its own. And that kind of balance only matters if you can actually wear this thing for hours without wanting to take it off. After a few hours of continuous use, you really start to feel where a headset puts pressure on you, and this one barely does. The frame is metal, the earpads have a semi-rubberized finish that gives it a more premium gamer-style look, and the headband and earpads are covered in a faux leather material. That choice has upsides: better sound sealing, less heat buildup, and overall comfort. The downside shows up over time if you sweat a lot. That moisture builds up on the surface, and the material eventually starts peeling. The cable is braided nylon, more resistant than most cables in this price range, though it does tangle easily. It's also fixed directly into the earpad, so it's not removable, which makes repairs harder if something goes wrong, but it's firmly attached and holds up fine against small accidents. Just don't step on it while it's plugged in. There's also a small vent on the side of the ear cup. It doesn't hurt sound isolation in any meaningful way. Even at high volume, people nearby usually won't notice what you're listening to unless the room is completely silent. But none of that comfort means much if your voice comes through unclear on a call. There's a small detail about this microphone you'll only notice after using it for a while. It's removable and flexible, which is great for positioning, but the flexible arm tends to droop down on its own after about 30 minutes to an hour of use. If you have a long beard, that can get a little annoying since you'll need to keep adjusting it. As for voice quality, it comes through clean, with good volume and clarity. One small detail: the mute button doesn't fully silence the mic. There's a faint electrical hiss that recording software tends to pick up, though it's not something that noticeably affects a conversation. And at the end of the day, all those details only matter if the price actually makes sense. I started this review skeptical about the price. I'm ending it with a very different opinion. Compared to the previous model in this same line, the older version is actually a bit more comfortable and has a slightly bigger driver with more audio output, but its microphone is noticeably worse. If you're choosing between the two, I'd go with this newer version every time. Looking at other brands in the same range, there's an option with a sturdier, fabric-based build that lasts longer but has a weaker microphone, and another option with better overall audio output and capture, but a more fragile all-plastic build. Both usually sit between $30 and $45. If you can find this headset around $25, it's a genuinely solid purchase. You'll likely get 2 to 3 years of normal use out of it before the material starts to peel. I personally paid somewhere between $35 and $40 for mine, and even at that price, the microphone quality alone made it worth it to me. If you'd rather prioritize build durability or slightly better audio output, those other two options are worth considering instead. Stepping away from Havit for a moment, there are a few other headsets I've already covered on this channel that compete directly with this one, and in some areas they actually win. The Corsair HS55 Surround comes out ahead on audio output and spatial positioning for games. The Astro A10 second generation beats it on durability, and I'd also give it the edge on stereo sound quality. And if you want something more affordable, the Redragon Zeus Lite offers a lot of comfort along with a build that can hold up for years if you take care of it. I've already done full reviews on all three of these, going over the strengths and weaknesses of each one. You can check them out in the cards. So that's my full review. If you've decided this headset is right for you and want to support the curation work I do here, consider using the affiliate links in the description. I've already searched for the best deals to make things easier for you. When you buy through them, you don't pay anything extra, but you directly help the channel keep creating honest, detailed reviews just like this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.